Yo, what is up folks, MTG here, and so is Pioneer Masters. That is finally, and literally just, released MTG Arena, and I had to start with good old Dredge. One of my favorite archetypes in Pioneer, even though it's not necessarily like a tier 1 deck or anything, but if you follow the channel for a while, you'll know that I have played this deck to the ends of the earth and tried pretty much every single build out there. But starting here with blue-black, and one really important card we got out of Pioneer Masters, Tome Scour. Target player mills 5 cards for blue. Is just kind of better in this deck than Secret Keeper. Is the most cards for the least mana that you can get into your graveyard. And while we're starting with Tome Scour, which is the best card we did get, there's also, unfortunately, pour it out for Breaking Entering, which we unfortunately did not get, which is the blue-black for target player mills 8. One day, maybe, but hey. We live, we learn. I'll get to this in a moment. But the reason why I'm starting with blue-black as opposed to like Sultai or green-black, trying to do stuff with like, there's like a lot of the troll in the format. Now on Arena, you can do stuff with like Insidious Roots. There's some pretty cool stuff you can do in Sultai colors, especially with like Altanak recently we got as well. But I want to start here because I think it's the most consistent build of Dredge, and it's also the one with like the most like explosive starts. Just straight up just dumping cards into your graveyard on turn 1 to try and hit Narcomoebas and Poison Amalgams, Silver Smoke Ghouls, and Creeping Chills. This is the game plan. So around that, the consistent, you know, take it easy to build a Dredge. And again, we'll get to this. There are some flex slots. At 1, we've got 4 enablers. Tome Scour, target player mills 5 cards. Folk Secret Keeper, target player mills 4 cards. And Otherworldly Gaze to kind of control our draws. That's Avail 3. And that also has flashback from our graveyard, which is super nice. Stitch Supply here mills us for 3, but has some other interactions in the deck. And kind of so does the tail half of Secret Keeper. Secret Keeper, obviously, you can play as an 0-4 blocker. Nice versus some of the aggro decks in the format. Maybe you can block versus a bunch of Rage. You probably still can't, but hey. We can leave on. I mentioned the Search of Suppliers, and we also have Soul the Lost down here. 2 mana, additional cost to cast, sacrifice a permanent or discard a card. And the best thing you can do is sacrifice Stitch of Supplier to this, get some of that at mill 3 immediately, and Soul the Lost comes into play. Power equals the number of permanent cards in your graveyard, and its toughness equals to that +1. So it's like a huge threat very early on. No, the other half, if you're not sacrificing something in play, you can discard something from your hand, lets you dump extra Narcomoebas, lets you dump Poison Amalgams, Silver Smoke Ghouls into your graveyard, lets you dump Haunted Dead. Really solid, but a little bit slow, so we're only playing 2 copies to kind of even us out. We're kind of splitting space with Souls of the Lost and Haunted Dead as like our ways to discard cards from our hand that we don't want there. Obviously, Narcomoeba, kind of core of the Dredge deck is Narcomoeba plus Prized Amalgam. Narcomoeba comes back if you mill it. Prized Amalgam comes back if you've had another creature come back that turn. And the other core parts of the core of the deck, Silver Smoke Ghoul, if you gain more than 3 or more life this turn, on your end step it comes back. No, it does not do that on your opponent's end step, which does affect some of your sequencing. And then Creeping Chills, of course, our main way to trigger that. So when you mill through it, you exile it to deal 3 damage to each opponent and gain 3 life, which will bring back all the Silver Smoke Ghouls, which will bring back all the Prized Amalgams. That's like the core. Now obviously we've got our mill effects, and then we have Founding the Third Path. This is the kind of engine card for the deck. We've got our single enablers, but Founding the Third Path lets you do some repeatable stuff. Is a Read Ahead Saga, 1 in the blue to play, and so the first step, you can cast an instant sorcery spell with mana value 1 or 2 from your hand without paying its mana costs. If you have like multiple, and note you can actually adventure off of this as well with Venture Deeper. If you have these, you can play this along with one of these on turn 2. Sometimes you'll play it later on. You also have Sovereign's Bite here, which I'll mention now. Target player loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. This is just a 2 mana burn spell, but with Founding you can like play it for 3 to bring back Silver Smoke Ghoul. And importantly, for the third step of Founding, so first step, cast something from your hand. Second step, target player mills 4 cards. So you can just play it on normal step 2 to mill 4. But the third step, exile target instant sorcery card from your graveyard, copy it, and you may cast a copy. To which end, we have a little bit of a toolbox. Obviously, we can just like mill ourselves a bit, get more Dredge stuff, get more Prized Amalgams, and hit more Creeping Chills. We have a Sovereign's Bite, which we can flash back from the graveyard if you milled over it, which is cool because that like it's like gives us some reach with a burn, and also will bring back the Silver Smoke Ghouls. And the other thing, and the reason why this is in the deck, is that if you mill through Temporal Trespass and you have enough cards to your graveyard and you hit step 3 on Foundering, you can just like flash it back and get a Time Walk. And that's why Temporal Trespass is on here, just as a one-of. It's something I wanted to try for a long time. Don't get too much of a chance to play Pioneer and Paper outside of like RCQs, which a couple of seasons a year, or soon to be 0 seasons a year. So hey, this is kind of the why we've got the Temporal Trespass in the deck. Allow it. Like I said, it's a flex slot. If you want to swap it out, totally fine to do so. There's a couple of different things like that. Like the Souls of the Lost is Haunting Dead splitting space here. The one of Sovereign's Bite. You can play like a Murderous Cut in this slot. I like that. I quite like that a lot as well. You can even like play some like main deck removal or like Spell Pierce or interaction. So that's Founding. And then yeah. Land mana wise, we've got 4 Watery Graves, 4 Dark Six Shores. We've only got 2 Underground Rivers. This is because we don't want to take too much damage out of our mana base, and we are actually playing some other Painlands. Clearwater Pathway, which like you need blue mana most of the time. but occasionally you do need more black mana. It can be a little awkward if you have like a weird draw with lots of 1-drops. One of each of Takenuma and Otawara. See, Takenuma does everything that it's trying to do in terms of milling you and lets you get back like a secret keeper or something like that, or a supplier to get another engine card. Otawara gives you some main deck interaction where normally you don't have any. We are playing 18 lands. That is more than enough for the deck, especially with the smoothing of Otherworldly Gaze. I have previously played even less than that. But we've got some room for some utility here. One island, mostly to find if you get Field of Ruin, because you can kind of get taken out of the game by that. And then one Ipnu Rivulet, which is a bit of a tech piece. Is a pain land, that's for blue, but one in the blue, sacrifice it, and sacrifice a desert. This is the only desert we're playing. Target player mills 4 cards. It's just some extra gas versus like control decks. They're going to go 1-for-1 with you, and you might need a little bit more in the tank. But that's the plan. I am going to be playing this in best of 1 ranked. Notably, Dredge struggles a little bit in best of 3. Generally, you can like win game 1 and then you're going to have to struggle through games 2 and 3 versus sideboard cards and hate. You have things like Thoughtseize, Spell Pierce, other interaction pieces to try and help you get through that. But hey, for the purpose of this video, just going to play it in best of 1. And to that end, if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Would really, really appreciate it. Tons of Pioneer and Explorer still for now content coming your way. And yeah, would help me out a ton. All that algorithm stuff, like share, subscribe, and all that. Yeah, cool. And let's get into some matches. Alright, first match with newly fashioned Dredge. What we got here? Immediately a really awkward hand. The Souls of the Lost almost makes us keepable, which is like a nice to see. We get over here. We will absolutely put this back. Opponents on the play as well. We can keep this. I have like the opposite problem. We have dual on it. And I think over the course of the game we'd rather just hit a 2 life for Watery Grave. Your opponent's up to. Ooh, green, white. Again, that means that it's unlikely to be the company deck, and also unlikely to be angels. This could easily be something a little off the beaten track. Or like boggles, actually, now I think about it, which does not fill me with great. Dredge! Yeah! Okay, great. Starting strong. We love that. First middle of the video, 2 Narcomoons at a price amalgam. We'll see though. Let's not count 0 chickens. Yeah, it is actually it is auras, absolutely. Which can be a little bit tricky. We're gonna sequence we can kind of sequence in a nice way here though. We can get in here. The worry now is that if they have a 2-mana enchantment, they can tutor up a Touch by Ghosts and then not only exile like price amalgam with that, but also get lifelink on the light pause, which will stall us a little bit. To that end, from our side, we have the Founding, but I'm actually going to Souls the Lost here. Discarding Silver Mogul. We'll discard a card. And that means that we can Founding the Sovereign's Bite next turn, get that Drain Life in, make sure we get the Silver Mogul back, and then go into the mill step. This all kind of depends a little on what our opponent's got here. The upside is that the Souls the Lost will be huge. They are going to exile it. But the lifelink on Light Pause is the dangerous bit. That is the most punishing. They're gonna go ahead and give it hexproof, which is actually better for us than getting like a power boost. Power boost. What are we talking? Power boost. All right, cool. Words and things. 3, 5, 17. But yeah, this is only 3 right now. We need to find a way to get that number up. So what I might do here is go Founding. We can't go Founding plus Sovereign's Bite. I might go Founding on mill. We can also play a blocker. Yeah. I think playing out the the Alpha Authority second ability can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Okay. Not that it needs to be blocked by more than 1 creature. We'll come in for this amount of damage. We'll make the Secret Keeper. We'll play this and fight them. Which, you know, is not like negligible damage. We'll put it on 1. Fight them here. One thing about Creeping Chill, sometimes it's not too bad to draw it. Obviously, you would rather not, but you can sometimes just cast it from hand, which we'll see what happens here, honestly. And then we get that gold back. Okay, nice. Our plan is to block, basically, given like no matter what, if we're given the option to. Okay, that's not good. They already had hexproof. They're just putting boosting here, power boosting here. They can get ethereal armor. You want to cheat 1 from the deck. Now they have a really, really, really big lifelink here. This is a problem. You don't have a great way to deal with this, unfortunately. They haven't got vigilance yet. They should absolutely just be grabbing a way to get vigilance. This is unfortunate. Killing us is also good, I guess. We'll block this. Yeah. Okay. If we hit 3 creeping shoals, I think if we hit 3 creeping shoals, we still can't win the game. We didn't do that. This thing has trample. We got all kinds of that. Alright. Okay. Tough one. But hey, we get to showcase the new Boggles deck. Not that they play the Great Cover Scout, but they have them, so that's cool. Yeah, I was gonna say something in the intro. I hope we don't play against Boggles over and over again. The matchup's winnable, but with Light Paws in particular, it's always funny because the Great Cover Scout's the new like awesome card that they got. We will keep this based on this otherworldly gaze and being on the draw. But the Light Paws start is even worse for us, so you actually just get to start with a way to tutor up Lifelink. Whereas I'm gonna Tome Scarus now and set us up on our upkeep to Otherworldly Gaze. Map definitely implies that this is Lotus Field, so it's gonna be another bit of a. It's gonna be an interesting one. It'll be a bit of a combo race here. We're in for a time, and there we go. We see it. So Otherworldly Gazing on our upkeep to try and make sure we hit a land drop. We get to find anything else, that's also good. And we will keep the Water Grave on top. Take off the... go to our draw step. We will shock ourselves for us. And we'll Secret Keeper ourselves here. Next time we have Haunted Dead, we're a little awkwardly timed. Yeah, we've not hit anything big. I mean, we have a Founding. If they don't have like an immediate... Let's see. So, if they go Float Blue Blue, Lotus Field, untap, no. Artist Talent, and they're just gonna play Lotus Field, okay. Sure. Artist Talent is kind of a new innovation. If you're not familiar with the new variants of like Lotus Field, then this is like a huge engine to basically let them churn through their deck. And they're like, you're kind of playing base blue red now, which is interesting. This one blue. So we have Haunted Dead, and we can do that with a Stitcher Supply, so we should do that. But we are being a little slow. Being like showcasing Dredge while actually showcasing a real deck of the format. We didn't hit Creeping Shell, so we can just pass here. What do we have? We have one Ghoul, a Vizier. The Vizier here untaps, gets them from 3 to 4 mana. They still have a land drop, of course. And then, so Artist Talent lets them discard the draw every time they cast a non-creature spell. When you level it, non-creature spells cost 1 less. They're going to level it up. So next turn, things are going to be a little worse for us. That is fine. We have a stop on the second main phase, basically, so we can Haunted Dead, and then the Poison Amalgams come back on their end step. If we did it on their end step, they wouldn't come back until our turn. Things are happening. Oh, okay. And so here you see, they had blue floating. They now get to do this. Hidden Strings for blue, untap, and obviously they've got a 1 mana discount. They still have a land drop. Whether they have one or not is going to be pretty important, I think. They're trying some cool combo stuff. Kind of interesting, because we don't really have a lot of pressure on right now. Unfortunately for us. So 3. I'd love to say I'm really excited to play more Lotus Field games on Arena, but you know. So if they can find like another Hidden Strings plus a land here, that gets them to 5 mana, and then they get to start going like pour over the pages for 4. Ooh, oh golly. It has been the stage. I'm gonna consider. Let's draw a card for that. They got to tier some cards. Okay, they're discarding. So they're not going to put this in there. So next turn they can go blue, 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 turn this into a Lotus Field, and then blue to untap both of these. Without any other land drops. I'm just going to do this now. So I don't forget. We'll get rid of these. Bring some power back into play. Yay! We're a little slow here. But we will see. Okay, Creeping Chill. Meter Founding. Go to combat. I do not expect that we will live another turn. But I'm gonna Founding to mill us 4. Hit an Archimever? Okay, sure. We kind of may as well cast this. But the important thing is, in theory, we do have enough cards to exile Temporal Trespass. If they, so if we don't, I mean, we have lethal in play anyway. If we don't immediately die, and they had a land drop, so okay, they're gonna make red here. They're gonna copy red floating, blue in the pool. They can hit the strings for blue, untap both of these, and we should be dead. We are probably losing our first 2 matches of this video, but we get to at least showcase 2 other new decks, or kind of new. Boggles is kind of a scam, but you know, hey, it's new enough really. We didn't see the Lake of a Scout, but for better or worse. But also, if you want to not watch Lotus Field combo off, then actually let me know in the comments, because I'm currently like I'm gonna make a Lotus Field video, and not doing so would be totally fine. Okay, Anger. They've got 7 mana though. Yeah, and I can't kill the gods. I've seen the lists are like pretty interesting. They get to wish as well, so we should we should be dead. Anger of the Gods has another downside for us, and that is exiling all of our everything. So we can trespass, but we have nothing in play anymore. They have a Leer. Pretty tough, pretty tough. I'll go for Tome Scour us. So we're not currently dead. We're gonna let them untap, which is gonna have us dead, just to be clear. We can't let them untap. How many chills have we got left? We need to hit 3, and we have 2. We have 2 exiled already, and 1 in hand. We're not doing it, unfortunately. I mean, I guess we say go. I really don't want to. They just stay. No, they do actually. They do get exiled. It's a little bit more complicated. I'm not going to make you watch through all that. I'm going to concede here, but hey, I'm sure we would have died eventually. Start on the video OT, but at least showcasing some new decks. The craziest thing about that is that we would have won the game with the Temporal Trespass were it not for the Anger of the Gods, even through the Leer, which is sweet, but you know, what it is. We do have 3 enablers and I'll open it. Oh golly. Mono green. Could be totally fine, to be fair. I'm gonna go ahead and Tome Scour here. Try and hit the most possible payoffs. A lot of payoffs. Okay. Trespass in the graveyard, which is kind of where we want it, as previously discussed. There is a downside, I should say, to putting this into play. Oh, you're annoying. This is to play on blue. I should have just shot for this Grey Grave. We can't double supply it here. I think going Souls of Lost is totally fine though. Yeah, let's do this. They haven't shown a Nykthos at least. Discard the Narcomoeba. The point being that now we can get into play and then like load up on such suppliers this coming turn to put this into the stratosphere, hopefully. What they got though? If they have a Nykthos, it's a lot of mana. I think they can just Storm's Festival now. Okay. Hogwarts Troll, you know, still annoying. Prized amalgam in hand. Let's see what we hit with these suppliers. Nothing. Shock to play another one. We offer this up as a sacrifice. Not right now. Okay, taking the damage here is choice. I think let's keep it up. They can't beat the Souls of the Lost. The thing is that they have loads of mana. They're just not 2 and 1, slowly bringing it back. I also noticed, I think, the deck profile thing means I was covering my graveyard while playing Dredge the entire time, which is really useful. Not so useful. We've got 2 enablers. I normally say always keep these hands. We have a Creeping Chill in hand. Not the end of the world. We're going to keep this. And also, I would also say always play the most possible mills. Try and give yourself the most, like, the largest chance to hit the most cards. I'm going to stop my upkeep for this other one of the games. We will cast this. Okay. Keep hold of the Tome Scour. Creeping Chill, draw. Pathway. Tome Scour us. Blackleaf Cliffs. Okay, reasonable. I'll put this upkeep stop back again because we've got the other gazes. We've got a Silver Guild, we've got a Prized Amalgam, and we have some stuff going. That torch. Okay. Interesting. This is a 3 mana creature, so if Fatal Push doesn't do anything, you are allowed to target it. And they're going to concede to that. Fair enough. Leveled it back up 2-2 in spectacular fashion. We had a really fast start there, but our opponent also kind of punted and conceded an embarrassment. So, hey. Again, 2 enablers, lands and spells. We will keep this. Again, Creeping Chill in hand is not the end of the world by any means, especially when you have the 3 lands already. The Haunting Dead is worse, but we have more ways here at least to discard it, even if one of them is Creeping Dead itself. Haunting Dead itself. Creeping Dead. And again, not trying to emote. Most mills for most cards. We hit a Prized Amalgam, which is decent, but hey. Otherworldly Gaze, some extra food as well. We'll at least have some stuff in the graveyard. Let's see what our opponent's up to. Red, blue. Okay. Brilliant. So we can, I'm gonna shock this again. I'll lead with Secret Keep. Yeah. I'll lead with this. I'd rather them Spell Pierce. I don't necessarily want them to Spell Pierce. But like, hey, if they use mana here, they can Spell Pierce, we can still supply it. But this is, they have to then use mana on their turn to remove the supplier if they want to, like, torch it or something. Okay, we didn't hit. We have an upkeep Otherworldly Gaze kind of set up, which is neat. See what they're up to. Crafts. Gotcha. Alright. We'll go ahead and do this. Narcoming for Prized Amalgam is good. I'm actually going to keep one of these lands. Because that gives us the 4th land for Creeping Chill. Feels a little bit weird, but hey, we've got some stuff going on. Or the 4th land for Haunting Dead, to be fair. In for 1. Really putting the pressure on here. But, yeah. Alright, so your opponent's up to. What did they discard? They did. Oh no, yeah. Enters is just draw a card. Never mind, ignore me. I'm done. Always draw this card. I've been playing too much with Alchemist Talent. So we've got what to consider. We currently have 9 cards in our graveyard. Gonna attack. I don't necessarily want to get this spell pissed, but we don't have that many things we care about in here. By that I mean we don't have any. Also, ideally we set this up on a turn when we're winning. I'm gonna go ahead, just Prize Amalgam. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just cast Haunted Dead here. Because then if that goes to the graveyard, it then becomes like an engine card we can use. Blee. Sleight of Hand. Let me have one like Trespass game, maybe. I'm gonna be playing a bit with like a temporal Trespass Phoenix build in a day or two. Trying to like copy, take extra turns and stuff. Should be quite fun. Freeze. For one, but exiling all graveyards. They don't have Spellmaster anymore. Nor do they have Phoenix in play. Just Sleight Hand again. They get a 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we have it. Oh, we have it, right? Not exile the Amalgam. Should maybe done this first, but we'll do this now. Alright, we don't need it. Brilliant. We hit an Alchemy anyway. Maybe we should have done that first, but hey. We had the win with a Creeping Chill. Which is why I didn't. Like, I won't show them the Creeping Chill, and they'll think we just like top decked with up the gaze until lethal. we got a Trespass turn. Alrighty, let's go. Oh, let me go back to the page. Right, okay. Idea is that we have my camera here, so you can see the one drops, and then you can see like the graveyard. Anyway, right. Shorter video. Those 3 wins at the end happen to be just really short games. But I want to play a set of 5 just to showcase the deck. Did lose the first 2. Phoenix is a race matchup for sure. We almost won. Like if we got to, they didn't anger us. We had the kill lined up. And Boggles, the green white Aurus deck is really tough. Specifically with light pause to be able to let them tutor up lifelink. It is hard to beat a big lifelink creature. That's kind of just how it is. You can play more interaction, and as I said, there's tons and tons of options with the deck. One of the reasons I like Dredge is there's like a bunch of things that you kind of have. There are things that you have to play. You have to play 4 Amalgam, you have to play 4 Creeping Chill, you have to play 3 to 4 Silvermount Ghoul, you have to play the Narcomoebas, and you have to play a large number of enablers. But there are some flex slots. Like I've played builds without any like Haunted Dead or Souls Lost slots, without the Sovereign Spite. Obviously the Trespass, I'll be honest, I loved it. I like this a lot. But then there's a bunch of other builds you can play as well. It's like blue-green stuff you can do, Soul Tie or black-green. Insidious Roots is super fun. Insidious Roots is really cool, possibly the most powerful in terms of like what you can do, the power you can put into play. And Insidious Roots does have a way to like beat that like Aurus deck, for example, where they've got a big lifelinker, because you're going to keep making tokens, and those tokens will grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. The problem with Insidious Roots Dredge is that it's a little bit slower. So like Insidious Roots is a 2-mana enchantment. You then need to kind of get everything going from there. If you like miss on a 1-mana enabler, you're kind of dead. Even in this deck, if you don't have a 1-mana enabler, you're kind of dead in the water. But that's why we have 16. Whereas black-green has to kind of deal with what they have a little bit. So that's where like Soul Tie comes in. But then you get a bit more inconsistent. It's tricky. It's a tricky balance, but there's a bunch of flex slots. I quite like having like 1 or 2 Delve spells in the deck. Like Temporal Trespass is what I decided to go for here. Part of it is like for the meme, but I do think it is legitimately good. And you can kind of blow people out with it, especially like either decks where you need to race or things like Control, which they think, oh, you're going to tap out. And then be like, all right, no, I'm going to actually double turn here. And just have, especially when it's coming back from the graveyard, people aren't expecting it. Later on, people might wisen up, but hey, consider the like slots for bringing things like to discard cards in your hand. Like the Souls Lost, I think, are really solid. The upside with the Supplier, very good. Haunted Dead still like the old standard thing was like discard Prized Amalgams to Haunted Dead, bring it back, bring the Prized Amalgams back. Still good here. And so yeah, there's a ton of options. You can play more interaction. Obviously, we played best of one today. Sideboard stuff, Spell Pierce, thought these are kind of your bread and butter. Fatal Push is early removal versus like some of the aggro decks in the format. But you can kind of get weird with it. I've done stuff like play transformative sideboard into like mill. You can time scour your opponent, you can secret keep your opponent, you can fan the third path your opponent, and you have to like leave a couple of like weird cards in the list, but like hey, you can get up to a reasonable mill deck out of the board by like boarding like Tasha's Hideous Laughters. There's matchups where like that's actually kind of reasonable. Don't do that versus like a Yorion deck, but like hey, versus like 60 card blue white control, ooh, that is pretty nice. So something to think about. Dredge, one of my favorite archetypes in Pioneer. I'll definitely be playing some with Black, Green, and Sultai later on in the month. And so, hey, let me know what you want to see in that regards. I've got a bunch of other stuff planned in terms of new decks, including both the Green White Aurors deck and the Phoenix deck and Lotus Field. Let me know if you want to see Lotus Field. It will pay me to play the deck a little bit, but no, I will do it. It'll be fun. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do like, subscribe, share the video around to anyone you like it. Algorithm. I can't say it. All that algorithm stuff helps me out a ton. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for watching again. Peace.